single day, I forget that other people don't have a clue what I'm talking about. So what we're going to do is we're going to slow down just a little bit tonight, and we're going to talk about geofencing, and we're going to talk about proximity marketing. We're going to talk about how these things come together. We're going to get into the platform just a little bit tonight, but I want, in order for you to understand the platform, everybody needs to understand how these technologies come together, what these technologies do, and how we're going to drive traffic for the real estate market. Not only the real estate market, but I know, I can't remember who it was last week, said something about doctor's office and audiologist and those kind of things. So we're going to talk about how to use this in different marketing arenas. Give me 1 second here. Got to close a couple of windows and open a couple of windows. And it looks like we have people still checking in, so that's good. But we're gonna talk about technology tonight just a little bit. And so first and foremost, welcome to tonight's training. If you don't mind, I am going to, let me find the chat box. I'm going to put the chat box over here on the corner. And if you have any questions during training, great, ask, or you can wait till after training is over. But tonight we're going to continue talking about the real estate app. Also understand that this isn't going to be just a real estate app. We're going to branch out into other markets using this technology. I've got a auto shop franchise in Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, and I'll talk about scripts. If you'll remind me right at the end of training, we'll talk about how to walk in and sell technology. Got an auto franchise that saw the app and said, hey, can you do the same thing for my dealership with the geofencing and all that? Of course we can. We can turn this into anything we want it to be. And so we're going to do some different things for that. And once I get that developed here in the next week or two, we'll bring that out and you can take it to anybody you want to. But these apps are very versatile, what you can do with them. It's a total DFY system. We do it for you. You don't have to worry about building it. You don't have to worry about it doing anything. All you really need to do is go out, collect the information, and collect the check. And we're going to put everything in place for you. But let's talk about geofencing for just a moment. Can everybody see my slides changing real quick before I get too deep into this? You should see a big blue slide with a little building on it that's got a coffee cup. Can everybody see that? No problem? Yes, no, 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 yes, yes. Okay, let's hope that you can. Nobody says yes, nobody says no. So what is geofencing and why is geofencing important? And why is it something that we want to add into our notification marketing systems in order to drive traffic? Geofencing that is based on what? It's based on GPS, and people don't have their GPS on, and it becomes a pain. And of course, with proximity marketing, with the beacon marketing and that kind of thing, we teach people to turn on their location devices. And as we know that GPS doesn't burn the battery quite as fast as it used to. Bluetooth doesn't burn the battery quite as fast as it used to. So more and more people are using it, but we want to try to catch as much of the market as we possibly can. So what we do with our technology is we use triangulation of cell towers. We don't use GPS per se in order to reach out and target those that are coming into the arena, those that are coming into the area, okay? As they cross over the fence, they don't have to have GPS on. As soon as they cross over the fence, they get the notification that, hey, something's going on. In our instance, we've got a house for sale. Come over and see it. This is the address. They can click on a link. They can go directly to the listing, and everything works out perfect, okay? Now, one thing that has to happen in order for them to receive that geofence notification, they have to do what? They have to have your app. Now, there's many ways that you are going to get your app out on people's phones. The number one way, actually there's two ways that are working very well. That's Instagram and local Facebook marketing. Those two arenas are some of the best places that you're going to be able to reach out, and we're going to teach you how to do that. Reach out to the local market, okay? And then through that local market, what's going to happen? I'll give you a prime example. Someone in the local market reached out and downloaded the app and sent it to their friend out of state that was looking to buy a home in the area. So that person downloaded the app. They said, hey, check this out. They sent it to their friend. Now their friend has a realtor that's not even in the area. Same thing goes, and I talked about this last week. I'm in Texas, okay? The app that I was showing you is in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee area. So we have a Nashville, Tennessee app out there, and I'm getting notifications here when he does the push that says, hey, I've got this going on, or I've got this going on. So you want to make sure that what happens, that the notifications are going out, that everything's happening, you're collecting the data, you're getting all the information you want, and you're building your list. But not only are you building a list, but you're also building people who have downloaded your app either via Google or Apple Store and or saved the app. So geofencing is a very, very, very powerful tool. Geofencing is setting a unique marketing boundary, okay? And you can set that boundary out around a town, around a house, around a street, around a neighborhood. And then when customers enter that boundary, okay, when customers enter that boundary, it allows you to send them specific targeted messages, okay? They will receive a specific targeted message. And when they receive that specific targeted message, it tells them exactly what to do. They can actually go into that specific targeted message and click on a link that's directly related to the app that they've downloaded. So they can literally go in there and say, hey, check out this house at 2222 Broadway. And they go in there and click on the link, and it takes them directly to the listing. And now when they get to the listing, what happens? Now we have our beacon technology, our proximity marketing. Geofencing is a large area. It could be 2 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles, whatever it is that you want to have it set at. Proximity marketing or proximity beacons or whatever you call them are devices that transmit via Bluetooth, okay, to someone's phone who has what? Nearby enabled and location services enabled. And they send that to the phone. Now, one thing that we're doing, and we're getting ready to add this, we're having it scripted now, is in the app, it tells them exactly what they need to do. When they receive the geo message, it says, remember to turn on your Bluetooth. And you can script this any way you want, but we're going to give you the script. Remember to turn on your Bluetooth and your nearby, okay? And they can click on a link in that message, and they will go to a page that tells them basically what to do. Now, people say, well, what if they are on an iPhone? We all know that beacon technology does not work on an iPhone unless it's a specific iBeacon. And then that app has to be what? That app has to be programmed with the iBeacon technology in order for it to receive that data. What we're doing is we're going to put in a downloadable app inside of the real estate apps or the doctor's offices apps or whatever it is, where they can literally go in there, click a link, and download it right off of the Play Store, right into their phone, and they're going to be able to receive beacons from now on, as long as they've got that app. It's a small app, and it works absolutely wonderful. It gives them notifications and shows them. We're also developing that for the Android phone, which is going to be coming out in the fall. But we've already got that technology developed for the iPhone. So they're going to be able to, yes, it's a physical web app. It's called Nearby, okay? Not nearby, but it's called Nearby. But what Nearby does is it gives them drop-down notifications right on their phone, okay? And they're able to see it when they get into an area with beacons. It'll show them the notification. They open it up, and they see exactly what's going on. The notification is actually the title and description. So it's a great tool. It's an amazing tool, and we're developing it. We actually developed it for another program, but it's going to work absolutely perfect for what we're doing here with the geofencing and geotargeting and the proximity beacon technology. So we're basically bringing everything under one umbrella. No matter if they're on Android or if they are on Apple, they're going to be able to get the same data, because within these apps, we want to do two things. We want to give them the data that they're looking for, but we also want to give them the opportunity to be educated on the technology that we're using. This is what happens when you do those kind of things. You become the techno guru of your industry in the area that you're at. So what do people do? They come to you and they say, hey, so-and-so said that they were using your technology and this is what they were able to do. Can we do the same thing? Absolutely, we can develop that for you. When you go out and you develop and put together specific technologies for specific niches, does anybody know what happens to that market? Does anybody know what you've just done for yourself in the markets that you're able to go out and develop these specific technologies for these specific niches in order to give them a marketing advantage over everybody else? Does anybody kind of know what happens right there? Anybody at all? Your prices go up because you're able to do something nobody else can. And when your prices go up, yeah, you become the expert. And when you become that expert, you're able to charge for that expert knowledge. Okay. Not so much they're paying for the technology anymore, but they're paying for what you can bring to the table. And I can tell you, being in the field that I am and doing what I've been doing for the last several years, becoming the expert in the field is much, much, much more valuable than the technology itself. Because when you become that expert, people are willing to pay you to get exactly what you have. And there is no negotiation of pricing because they know that you know exactly what they need in order to do the things that they do. Now, the great thing about our geofencing, as I was saying earlier, it doesn't use GPS. It uses triangulation, okay, of the cell towers. So we don't have to worry about the GPS anymore. The beacon technology, all you have to do is put the beacon at the property, simply program in the app or the page that you want programmed into that app. And guess what happens? Bam, they get the app, they get the download link, they can download the app right onto their phone. Everything happens simultaneously, and everybody starts being able to track the data that they need to track using analytics, okay? Analytics in order to get the data that you need, okay, in order to do what you do. I want to share a couple of things with you real quick. I was speaking to an ex-realtor, okay, who also happens to be a very good friend of mine. And let me just download a couple of things here real quick. I'm going to read you some unique selling points of why these apps are important to you as a realtor, really as a business in whole. And I want to just go share a couple of things with you here. Let me go up here and go down here. If I can find it. Okay, number one, think of this, okay, as a realtor. Think of this as the experts, as someone who is looking for those customers. Geofence a neighborhood. Buyers typically shop for a house in a specific neighborhood. By geofencing an entire neighborhood where they have listings, they could capture the buyer before other agents do. Now, think about this for a moment. They're in a specific neighborhood. As a real estate agent, you can pretty much sell any property out there, right? I mean, you don't have to have that listing. You can go to the other realtor and say, hey, you know, I've got this guy who wants to buy this property. You guys split the commissions or however that works. But now what has happened, because they have your data, because you've geofenced that area, because you did the marketing in that area, no matter what they want. If they want a house in that neighborhood and you don't have all the other listings, you have opened up a great opportunity to show them whatever they want. Maybe the specific house that you've listed, that you've geofenced, isn't the perfect house for them. Maybe it doesn't have a big enough bathroom. Maybe it doesn't have a big enough swimming pool or whatever it is. But two streets over, there is. And you can simply say, hey, what are you looking for? Because as an expert real estate agent, you know everything that's for sale in that neighborhood. You know everything that's listed. You already know about all the properties. You know you can take them anywhere they want to go. They say, well, we would really like a house with a swimming pool. They're talking to you. They want to be in that neighborhood. You know what homes are for sale in that neighborhood. You don't have to worry about them driving around and seeing the other real estate agent. You can help them get whatever they want, whenever they want. Why? Because you captured them first. You captured them first. Micro commitments. Everybody's heard me talk about micro commitments for months now. When the buyer enters their neighborhood of choice, clicks on the notification, and downloads an agent's card, they've already performed a couple of micro commitments to that agent. Now, if someone does something, if you've created an action, and for every action there's a what? There is a reaction. Now, they have committed a reaction because you've done something to send them data about the homes in your area or the area that they're at. It doesn't matter if they drove by a house, they picked up the notification, they're walking around the neighborhood because there's several homes for sale. They walk by your location, you've got the beacon up, the beacon is transmitting the data, they see the notification on their phone, they open it up because they're standing in front of that home. When they open it up, they do what? They download your app. Now they've created a couple of commitments, micro commitments, and now you have the opportunity to be their agent exclusively. They've already created those micro commitments. They've already created a reaction to the action that you've put out there, and now you've helped them to take some of the pressure off of making any of those decisions. This is a great tool for getting listings in that neighborhood. We did a test in Florida. We put some beacons up on a home in Florida. Any idea who the number one people were that were looking at the homes in Florida? Any idea at all? Any idea of who was looking at the homes in Florida? The people on the neighborhoods from the beacons. Now, they were getting hits from outside, but most of the hits was coming from those people that were sitting in those homes. And guess what that was happening? They were calling the real estate agent saying, hey, we've been thinking about putting our home up for sale. Why did they do that? Because on their phone was popping up their notification about the realtor that was selling that home. So now here you go. You got a great tool for getting listings from other people in the neighborhood. You know, people are dropping out and coming back in and dropping out. I don't know if we've got bad connection or what, but I see people just in and out, in and out, in and out. So if you're dropping out, we are recording this. So people who live in that neighborhood who are thinking of selling a home will get the notifications. Now, not only that, but when they download that app, what's going to happen? They're going to continue to get those push notifications and those geofence notifications when they come in and out of that neighborhood. What does that do? That keeps you, the realtor, in front of every single person. Now, if I saw you every day and got to know you via the technology that you're using, who else would I go to? I mean, it's almost like I know you personally. So those are three great USPs there. Number 4, the card shows the agent's listings in the neighborhood in that area. One of the most important things a realtor who works with buyers has to do very well is to be successful, is to get buyers to commit to working with them exclusively. Exclusively. You know, people are shopping neighborhoods or areas. You don't want them coming to you because you're XYZ realtor and then going around the street and talking to someone else that's XYZ realtor and then going somewhere else and because they see it now. You become their realtor. You want to work with them exclusively because you can help them purchase whatever they want. And once the prospective buyer enters the neighborhood and sees the notifications, clicks on it, downloads the card, they made another what? Micro commitment. They're committed to you. They also will see that all agents listings in the neighborhood. I mean, here's all these other houses. Hey, look here, man. I can talk to this guy about anything. Then what will most likely happen is that they will drive directly to those listings rather than drive aimlessly around the neighborhood and stumble upon another agent's listings. You have control of what these potential buyers can actually do. You can control every movement that they have. And push notifications. Push notifications are extremely, extremely powerful. They're not listed on this slide, but one thing you can do with these is with the push notifications, you have the ability with a click of a button, and we're going to walk through this in just a minute. With a click of a button, you have the ability to send out a notification to that person anytime you want. Hey guys, we've got a new listing in this area that you was in. Okay, cool. Click here, and they go in and look at the home. You know, no, I've not moved slides yet. No. Okay. So you're able to go in and you're able to push out those notifications whenever and wherever you want. So maybe you go out once a week and you get new listings. You say, hey guys, we just got these new listings in. You send out a push notification. They've got your app on their phone and they've already made those micro commitments and they are ready to use you as their realtor. You send out a new listing and they say, that's the house we're looking for. We passed by that house 50 times. That's the house we're looking for. Who are they going to call? Who are they going to call? Not Ghostbusters. Geofencing will help with the bottom line. Push notifications will help with the bottom line. Proximity marketing will help with the bottom line. 30% of the international population is using location-based services, okay? Notification-based information is where the market is going today. And 80% of them want to get location-based alerts from businesses. People want to know what's going on in this world, but they don't have time anymore to flip through 574 pages of the newspaper to try to find out what's happening. They want the information on their phone and they want it when? Right now. Why do we want to use notification marketing? It builds a CRM database with location events to trigger the right message at the right time. You can go in and we're going to get into this next week. We're not going to have time this week because I wanted to answer these questions that we're going through right now that I got from last week's training. I want you to be educated first on the technology and exactly what's going on. And the back end stuff is the simple part. It's understanding what happens. But you can set up different events and different triggers, okay, to say, okay, when this person goes into this neighborhood, they get this information. When they go into this neighborhood, I can push this information. If they went into this neighborhood, I can push this information. Give incentives, you know. Hey, we've got $2,000 or $5,000 worth of incentives on this new home. We're going to change out the carpet, okay? I remember one time I bought a home. The carpet was absolutely horrendous. The sellers knew that, but they didn't want to change it out. So one of the things that they did is they offered up the opportunity as an incentive to buy to replace the carpet at their cost, okay, at their cost. So basically, that was built into the price. We replaced the carpet; didn't cost us a nickel, and it was a great incentive. So share rewards, you know, share different rewards, and maybe not necessarily for real estate, but whatever business you're out there. But most importantly, ask for feedback. You know, ask for feedback with the proximity marketing data, with the proximity marketing tools like the beacons. You can set up feedback notifications, feedback forms, and actually send out that notification to that phone and ask for feedback. You know, what am I like as a realtor? What did you like about this home? What did you not like about this home? And that way you're receiving feedback and you can go back to that seller and say, listen, I've had 57 people tell me that they would have bought this house, but the porch and the patio are horrendous. All you got to do is bring someone in with a power sprayer and clean the brick and clean the concrete. And I think I could probably sell this home tomorrow. Because now you're receiving feedback from the buyers. The sellers don't know. They've been looking at that nasty porch and patio and the nasty brick with all the green scum on it forever. And because you've walked through there 57 times as a realtor, it didn't really pop up on your radar either. But everybody's telling you this place looks like a scum bucket house because of the porch and the patio are horrendously nasty. And so you go out and you call up a power spray wash place. It costs you $500 or whatever it costs. They refresh the front of the house. They refresh the back of the house. They clean all the brick. And it looks like a brand spanking new house that's shining like gold up on that hill when people drive by and they say, that's the house I want. That's the house I want. So you're able to ask for feedback. You have to have the ability to reach out to your customers. You have to be able to do that. In today's fast-paced microwave world where we want the baked potato in 5 minutes instead of 35 minutes, you have to be able to reach out to your customers. How do you do that? Through proximity marketing, through the beacon technology, by putting the messages out there you want, through geofence technology, where you're able to put the message up and put the exact message that you want to send out so that you can use these specific, unique selling propositions to bring those customers in, okay? You have to be able to, with push notifications, be able to reach out to that customer every time you have a new listing. You have to do that or you will lose business. You will lose business. I don't know about you, and I know around here where I live, average home is probably about $240,000. Does anybody know what a realtor right now makes in commissions? Is it like 6 or 10% or 7%, whatever it is? But let's just use a round number. Let's say it's 5%, and the house is selling for $200,000. Well, that's a $10,000 commission. Wouldn't it stink if somebody else was using this technology and that person, you lost that sale because that person used somebody else that's using technology that actually stayed in touch with them? People want to feel like people care. And I know that's a hard thing to comprehend, but people, customers, clients want someone that actually cares enough for them to reach out to them. And they don't care if it's a simple phone call, a text message, or a push notification. They want someone to stay in touch. And you know what? There's people out there, there's businesses out there that say, I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm sure there's realtors that will look at this and say, you know what? I don't need that crap. I got all the business I want. Until they start losing business to the people who what? Have the technology and is putting the information out there and staying in front of that customer. Because who does Kerry want to deal with? He wants to deal with the person that cares for him, loves him, and wants to help him find exactly what he's looking for. Exactly what they're looking for. So some people will, some people won't. So what? Next. Geofencing technology is compatible with 92% of U.S. smartphones. 92%. Proximity marketing technology with the Nearby app that we're going to be able to download right from inside this Apple native app brings the opportunity to reach out, okay? The opportunity to reach out to about 95% of the smartphone market. So here you have 92%, 95%. You can just about reach out to any customer you possibly think of. Okay, any customer you can possibly think of, you're going to be able to reach out and touch through proximity marketing, beacon technology, geofencing technology, push notifications, and the technologies that we've been talking about. Okay? 53% of shoppers visited a specific retailer after receiving a location-based alert. 53%, 50% who stopped by a store prompted by a text said the visit was unplanned. Visit was unplanned. It's the same thing in the real estate market. You know, you've got your app out there on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook seem to be the hot spots for these apps, and people are downloading. You've already got a Facebook page. You've got about 1,000 people that are following you on your Facebook page. So you're able to push this out through Facebook technology, and they download your app. And now they're just driving around one day, or they wake up and they say, you know what, we'd really like to find a house. And they look down at their phone and they see Carrie's app there. You know, Carrie's real estate app's on their phone. They say, shoot, let's just talk to Carrie. And then they look down and say, wow, Carrie just sent a notification out that said he's got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, swimming pool, a jacuzzi, and the whole 9 yards over on this street. And that's exactly the neighborhood we've been looking at. So you can be a part of, or you can sit back and watch someone else be a part of and wonder why you're not doing anything anymore. Let's go over here real quick. I want to go into the any questions on anything I've been talking about at all? Anybody at all? All right, let me change the screen here. Last week, we just had a slide of this. I want to show you guys exactly how this works. Next week, we're going to actually have, because of time constraints tonight and putting this all together and answering the questions that came up from last week with what is the technology, etc. This is the notification department of the app program. Simple notifications. This is a push notification. Okay, you can send it to absolutely everyone. You can come in here and put a message in. You can link to any page that you want to. So if you want to go to home values or buyer checklist or view the listings. So let's say that I put a new listing up here, and I'm not going to send this out because this is a live app. Okay, I can say, hey, good morning. Let me turn on the light here. It's getting dark in my office. I just realized that why I couldn't see. Hey, good morning. Check out our new listings. And see how it comes up right over here? You can see it, exactly what it looks like. Hey, this is Patrick Manning, affiliate broker, real estate company or whatever. Hey, good morning. Check out our new listings. And this link will show up inside of this notification right here. So you've got, can everybody see this screen real quick before I go any further? I did switch screens, but I want to make sure everybody can see it. You can see here, I just created a push notification. I selected view listings. This is the deep link we're going to send them to. Everybody can see this, okay? And of course, we can connect with Twitter. We can save this and then save it. Okay, this message will be sent out to 16 users. These 16 users are people who actually are looking for this information that have the app downloaded on their phone. This is part of that USP I was talking about, that unique selling position of why you need this program. Because you have people that are committed and made that micro commitment to download this app and receive these push notifications on their phone. So they're looking for the houses that you're sending out, okay? You simply save, and then you'll be able to send it out. I'm not going to save this right here, okay? But that's just how easy it is to do. Now let's go over here to simple notifications. Filter your audience. Now, you can come in here and you can tag each location if you want to. He doesn't have any tags set up in here right now. But let's say that he wants to tag a specific neighborhood. So let's say he's got a tag in here, Fairleigh. Fairleigh is the neighborhood I live in. So he's got Fairleigh, and then he's got Commerce, and he's got Greenville, and he's got this area. And these are the areas that people have been tagged in, okay? Or over here, don't have the tags. So let's say that he wanted to hit everybody that had been out to Fairleigh that breached that area, okay, that went in through that geo-fenced area. They've been tagged on their phone. It simply puts a small little piece of code on someone's phone, and it says, hey, this person's been there. Now I can go back, and everybody that's been to Fairleigh, Texas, I can click on that, and then I just simply go next. I create the same message, and that message goes out to every single person that was looking in that specific area. Okay, looking in that specific area, and now I've got a new listing. Now, what's going to happen? All of those people that have been in that area are going to receive that information, and I don't have to worry about sending it to everybody else because I know people were looking at Commerce, people were looking in Greenville. When those areas come up and a new house is put in that area, guess what happens? I send that message out to them also. I'm going to back out of this now. Schedule notifications. This is the exact same thing. You can schedule a notification. You can send it once and set up the specific time, or you can send it recurring as many times as you want. All right. Very, very, very simple. Send it once. Just come in, put the date and time, hit next, put your message up, send recurring. Set up a date and time, end date, start time. When do you want it to do? Repeat one every week. We repeat on these days. So you're able to set up the scheduled notification to do whatever you want, whenever you want it. But let me make a recommendation. Do not inundate people with notifications because they will turn them off. Okay, the worst thing you can do is blast them out over and over and over. The next thing you know, nobody wants your notifications anymore. Let's go back over to messaging. These are very easy to set up. Geofence notifications. Same thing. We can send to everyone, or we can send to the people who came into the specific targeted areas we want to go to. So let's just go send to everyone. Now, this is the really cool thing about, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to find a neighborhood. Okay, everybody, can everybody see the map right here? We're going to geofence this location right here. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pick my geofence and I'm going to put it around this neighborhood right here. I'm going to drag this down. I'm going to move this down right over this neighborhood. So everybody that comes in this neighborhood right here is going to be geofenced and geo-targeted. All right. So when they come into this neighborhood, and now if they come into this neighborhood and I've got a tag set up, what's going to happen is they're going to be tagged. Now I can message this specific area. So arriving at, and that's when they're in the neighborhood. Okay. And then I'm going to go next. And I'm going to type my message in. Okay, be sure to check our listing at 2202 Board Street. We can come in here and we can link this to whatever we want to. Of course, we're going to come up here and we're going to set this to the listings. Same thing, you can see it right over here. This is the exact message they're going to get when they enter that neighborhood. Now, this is what's really cool. Let's say we want to put 2 geofences on here. I don't know where that neighborhood was. So let me just find another one here. Somewhere right around in here. Okay, it's right here. So now we're going to come in and we're going to put an arriving. Okay, we're going to put in 1. And this is our arriving. And we're going to spread this out a little bit and catch them as they're coming through. Now we're going to come in and we're going to put another arriving. Well, what are we going to do? We're going to put a smaller one Let me delete that one. We're going to put a smaller one right here around the house. And what are we going to do with that? We're going to come in. We're going to go next. And we're going to put our proximity information in right here. Be sure to check out your nearby on your phone. For special data or whatever you're going to do. And what we can do is we can come in here, iPhone users, click here. And we can come up and we can deep link this to what? We can deep link this to a page that has the download for the Nearby app. All right. So we click deep link it to the download, and right here, be sure to check out. And so you can put multiple arriving locations as they get closer via geofencing. Any questions on that? And what's really cool is you can also set up a departing message. So they arrive in the area. Now when they depart the area, they're going to receive another message. Thanks for viewing our listings. If you guys hadn't figured it out yet, I can't type. Carrie, 903-555-5555. We can deep link this. We can send it to the chat box. Maybe they want to chat with us directly. We can send them to the home page. We can do whatever we want to. We don't have to do anything. They get the information. They get our phone number. Maybe you want to send them to an enter to this. He's got an enter to win. Our Facebook page. Be sure to like our Facebook page. Whatever you want to send them to. Hit save. And now you've got messages as they're leaving. The exact same thing can happen. You can set up multiples. Maybe you got one set up at, just outside the area. Maybe you want to set up another one that's a little bit broader. And when they leave that one, you can say something else to them. You can set up multiple geofence locations. You can send out simple notifications, push notifications whenever you want via scheduled notifications and or just type in the message and say, hey, send it now. So very, 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 very powerful technology. Any questions at all? Any questions at all? It's amazing, dude. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, real quick, Dale had asked me earlier. Dale's on the call tonight. He's out between California and Texas and so forth. Had an opportunity to meet with Dale. Dale asked me that yesterday or today. He said, hey, do you have any scripts that you use when you walk in? No, I don't. I've used the same script ever since I've been in business, and it's worked extremely well for me. When I walk in and talk to someone, the first thing I do is ask them, how's business? Hey, Dale, how you doing, man? How's business? It's great, or it sucks. Either way, I mean, they're going to say one or two things. It's either really good or it's really bad. That's awesome. Can I ask you a question? Are you familiar with proximity marketing technology? Never heard of it. Do you have 5 minutes? I can show you exactly how this can help drive sales in your business. They're either going to say yes or no. One of those two things. If they say yes, you simply have your phone and a beacon. If they say no, you simply say, when would be a better time for me to stop by and take 5 minutes of your time to show you how this simple technology, now you've got it in your hand. You've got a beacon and a phone, how this simple technology right here can help you increase your sales, give you a better bottom line for pennies on the dollar. Now, you've told them twice, this can help increase your sales, this can help build your business, and it's not going to cost them a lot of money. That's all I say. 8,000 plus business cards later, several thousand beacons later, and I believe that the real estate card and this new geofencing technology is going to be, several thousand of those later. That's the only script I've ever used. I don't walk in with slide presentations, PowerPoint presentations. I don't walk in with any of that stuff. I'm selling a mobile technology and I'm selling a beacon. That's what I'm doing. That's all I do. Yep. Guys, I'm so simple, man, that it hurts. It doesn't get any more simpler than what I do. It doesn't get any simpler. Absolutely. Next week, I will tell you, I will be talking to you from Boulder, Colorado. I was in Boulder this past weekend. I'm going up next weekend. I'm actually leaving on Friday. I'll be in Boulder for the entire week. And I'll be talking to you from Boulder, Colorado next week on training. But we will have training. We're going to go deeper into the platform, deeper into the apps next week and walk you through that. Pricing on the apps. Let me bring that slide back up. I've still got it from last week. Hang on just one second. Let me find the slide real quick. The standard package, which is a pocket beacon, the real estate app, the the Progressive Web app, and the Google Native app, the app CMS, the control management system for the app, and the beacon CMS system that gives you all of your data, all of your stats, all your analytics. It's $79 setup and $39 a month. Professional version is a pocket beacon and a keychain beacon. You get the real estate app, the Progressive Web app, the Google and the Apple Native app, the app CMS, the beacon CMS. Now, this is your cost, okay? So if you go out and sell this, you need to go out, and that needs to be about $700 or something like that, about $700. And about $140 a month. This right here could be $80 a month and $150 setup. I can tell you now, right now, this is the most popular package. The $79.39. What's going to be the great upsell on this is when you go back, and because they didn't buy this as a package, you go back in, they want to do the Apple setup. You're going to get another $500 on the setup, $750 on the setup, whatever it's going to be. And you're going to upgrade them to get to the Apple version. Everybody eventually will get the Apple. Okay, they will get the Apple. So, but this happens to be the hot package right now, the $79.39 a month. This is your cost. So you want to go out, I'd double the prices. The big package here has the E2 beacon, the pocket beacon, and the keychain beacon. I highly recommend that, because the average person buys 3 beacons. The average person buys 3 beacons. So when you're in there, if they want, upsell them a keychain beacon and an E2 beacon. You can do that with this package here. All you need to do is upsell them the beacon technology. All right. And you can put it all in the same platform. But it's pretty simple. Pricing is very simple. $79, $349, and $499. The reason this pricing here goes up so much, Apple technology is extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. This is cost. This is cost for us. We're not making any money on this right here. This is cost to upload into Apple. Take the $79 off of this, and that's what it cost us to upload to Apple. So, but people want it in the Play Store. They want it in the Apple Store. But this is this standard package right here. Gosh, we'll probably do by the what month is this? June. By the end of July, we'll probably have 500 of these packages on the street of the $79 package. And that does include the beacon. $39 a month, that does include the beacon price. All of these include the monthly beacon prices also. Yeah, I don't know how I do it to cheat, man. I just do it. I just do it where everybody can afford it. Work on volume. You guys need to think of the same thing. Work on volume. That's how I make money. Work on volume. Lots of them. Lots of them. Any other questions? Does that include having the data in your dashboard we are using now? The data as far as you're talking about the analytic data in the for the apps or for the beacons? Yeah, the beacons will be in the beacon dashboard. The apps will be in the app dashboard. The analytics for the beacon for the apps, you'll have access to that in this specific dashboard. Let me change the screen here. So you'll basically have two different dashboards. Yeah, I showed you the app dashboard last week, but I'll show it to you again here real quick. Let this all load. It'll take just a minute. So here's his downloads. This is iOS and Android, opens, active users. Here's the downloads right here, Android versus Apple. And you have all your analytic data right here. All right. And then, of course, the app dashboard, the beacon dashboard is the dashboard that you currently know. No, and this is why we're not doing that. And I talked about that in the beginning, but we're not going to do it. If you've already got some beacons, when you buy this, you're going to buy the whole package. Because I've got to literally set up a different SKU for every single thing. So this is what it is. If you've got beacons, go sell your beacons or sell those as an upsell. But if you bought this package right here, you're going to get a pocket beacon. You buy this one right here, you're going to get a keychain and a pocket beacon. It's just the overhead it takes to separate that out would cause me to increase the price of the package than it is to just put it in the package and sell it that way. Because then I've got to bring somebody in to manage that. And the more people you have, your overhead goes up. So, the beacons come with the package. The beacons come with the package. Yes, that's correct. Any other questions? All right. If there's no other questions, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We're going to get deeper into it next week. And I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of questions this week. It always happens after a training, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. We'll take on more questions next week, and we're going to go into both dashboards next week and show you how to tie them both together to get all your analytic data on the app and on the app and on the beacon side and everything. So, yes, these can be used for any niche out there. Any niche out there. Absolutely. Will I sell them separate? Probably not. I'm in the notification marketing business. I'm not here to sell one or the other. I'm here to sell a package to a business to help them create as much foot traffic as they possibly can using notification marketing. One tool by itself is just a simple tool. All the tools together is what creates the notification marketing package. And I'm not really interested in breaking them up. So it's not, that's not the business I'm in. Yeah, it's just not what I do. It's not what I want to do. I mean, I want to take a trend, a moving trend that is hot and heavy and going to be around for a long time, and teach businesses how to market their wares. The real estate market. There's nothing like this in the real estate market right now. Nothing like this in the real estate market, where people have actually come together and matched up the technologies to be able to control and do what they're able to do. So, oh yeah, somebody's always going to come along, but that's just the way it is. No, I'm not. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sell an app. I sell beacons by themselves. I have the beacon store, but I'm not going to just sell the apps. The apps are going to come with beacons. I want beacons on the street to enhance that technology. And for another reason, when we come out with this special deals program in just a few months, you're going to want as many beacons on the street as you possibly can, because you're going to change your business's marketing systems forever. All right, everybody. Thanks, everybody, so much. Have a great night. God bless. And I'm sure I will talk to many of you on the phone. It's a pleasure, once again, to come out and do what we do. Everybody have a great night, and I will see you next Tuesday night.